Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Sunday Coast Bass Fishing Shows. Like I said in the last show, that I was going to be here at Coyote. I'm here, but I got some traffic. As you can see behind me, there are some people sitting on the point. Evidently it's a holiday, it's Veterans Day. Didn't know that. But it's kind of funny because I was sitting here and there was one guy on the point, and then he left. And those people that are on the point now were actually over here. They suddenly beelined it to it. And yeah, last time I got the 612 on the point, but I got a lot of my fish actually a little bit down from it because there's a tree. And I don't think that those people know the tree is there. So I'm not too worried about that. From up here, it looks like the water's pretty clear. I've just been sitting up here with my pen skirt tool, making a bunch of jigs. I'm thinking jigs will probably be good. There's no wind again. If it's like yesterday, there probably won't be much wind. But I'm thinking it might be a good day. I mean, last time I got the 612 and I got a limit out of it, so at least I could probably do that good. And I saw that one guy down there on the point already catch one, so I'm gonna go down there. There's not really much activity, just like yesterday at Anderson. So I'm probably going to be doing the flicking, the drop shot, and the jig. And hopefully I do really good in this kind of late fall situation. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, it's looking pretty good. First cast on the drop shot, I get this little, I don't know, maybe 3-pounder. I mean, that's actually a little bit big for this lake. But yeah, not where I wanted to start it, but there are people over on the point. So I'd throw out here. It's actually shallower over here, and in the fall, a lot of times they come into the shallows. Water seems to be stained. I mean, it's dark, a little bit brown. Maybe because some of the algae is dying off, but they look thick and chunky already, so might be a start to a good late fall day. Let me let this one go. All right, second little fish on a drop shot. Like I said, I'm not over there on the point. I'm not where I've usually been getting them. But I'm in here. It's really steep out there, and it's kind of a shallow bay area. It's fall. A lot of times they move into those shallower areas. Water looks like it's about, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 foot visibility, but it's kind of murky. So unlike Chesbro, I think they could move in here and hang out here, even though it's middle of the day and no wind. But it's got me at least 2 fish, just in an area I don't usually fish, but throwing a drop shot. So I don't know, I'm going to throw it around in here some more and see if I can get some more. Let me let this one go. Alright, just had another one about, I don't know, looked like it might have been 2 pounds. Alright, same spot. So I just had the one that was about 2 pounds. I end up hooking this little dinker. And this show, anyway, it's perfect for the hack cam. I forgot to clear my card, so I only have about 3 hours of record time on it. I'm going to wait a little bit. Hopefully, the way they've been in the evening, they hit better anyway. before I hook up the head cam. Alright, let me let this huge fish go. Okay, went to flicking our gotcha stick. Got a little one, but better than the last little one. And I just went over there and checked the tree where I caught the 4 keepers in the last show and flicked it. And went over it once with a drop shot, then got hooked up and broke it off. But got 4 keepers off it last time flicking. Not a bite this time. Worked it through the branches, let it drop down. Last time there was only that one big one on this point. Now all the fish seem to be out around the point. So go where they want and fish what they want. Alright, let me let this little guy go. Come on, I'm trying to do an update. I'm trying to do an update and he's making me laugh like crazy. Got another little one flicking. I've gone to our green pumpkin red flake this time. I'm out of all the ones I think I was using last time. I know fishing these lakes since Pinot's been closed. Well, actually I go through a lot of baits at Pinot too, but pretty much going through my stock of every little plastic and jig that I have. But it's fun, and it's teaching people how to catch fish. So, all right, another little one. Still got quite a while to be here, but they seem to be hitting, so I'm gonna let this little guy go and get back to fishing. And maybe if this guy catches a fish, I'll nostalgically put it on film for him. He snagged again. All right, I'm gonna let this fish go. Just hide right there. All right, got another little fish. Went to the big 3-inch, the dropping stick, flicking it, the chartreuse watermelon laminate. Kind of slowed down. He came over here and threw the drop shot and wasn't getting anything. So first cast with this, and I got a little guy. It's getting later, so I'm gonna be hat camming it soon. Tried to jig all over the place. 2 little pops. They don't seem to be into the jig. So I think I'll just keep flicking and eventually probably just drop shot them. Unless they get on a jig bite. Alright, let me let this little guy go. Yes!
Finally got something.
Had to capture the end of his misery.
Yeah.
He's been just going on and on about bites and no fish.
There you go. Came out clean. Nice little guy. Thank you. There he goes.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, got kind of lost.
The end of his no fish misery.
Yeah.
He just keeps going, oh, they're hitting, but they're not hooking. And then
Yeah.
he got one. I told him, go to that point. They're all over it. I'm going to keep the camera close by. I think he's on a roll.
We'll see.
I told you he was going to be on a roll.
You got pliers? I can't get my finger in there.
Oh, come on. Here.
His mouth is so small.
Hold on a second. Have fun. Play cameraman.
There you go.
His fish, not mine.
Did the dirty work.
Hey, anything to help. That's why I do these shows. I might as well just stand here because I said he's probably on a roll. So I mean, I set my pole down to go grab the camera for that one. Dinksville. Thought it was gonna be a great day. That first one I caught was like 3.5 pounds. Then I lost like a 2-pounder, and now it's been Dinksville. I mean, I'm throwing the big 3-inch, but the big 3-inch has caught a lot of big fish. But I'm just sort of, I don't know, still having fun. They're hitting a lot better than the last 2 times I was here. Anyway, the last time I was here, I got that big fish and limited keepers. But day's not done. Let me throw this little guy back. All right, we got a double. My little guy's bleeding a little bit, but Got mine flicking. He got his on the drop shot. I don't know which one's bigger.
I don't know. I think
I think we got a tie going here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
That's crazy.
We matched them up exactly. Too bad they're both not like 3-pounders, but at least we're having fun. At least they're hitting. I mean, it's almost the middle of November, and it's just been so warm. Even this cloud cover we got going, it's the water. I checked it at Anderson, it was 65, so mid-60s still in the middle of November. So, like I said then, this fall fishing is probably going to go on for a while unless we get a really big cold snap. All right, I'm going to let these guys go. All right, evidently mine's not with the program here.
Wake his ass up. Better than the last one, that's for sure.
I just told him soon.
I feel like we just look at that.
Hooked him down in there really good.
No, I just feel
Oh,
like
ripped him?
we just caught this fish or something because he looks like he just got hooked somewhere else.
We're suddenly gonna have a Coyote Lake challenge here because we're gonna have a dink off. We're gonna have the big 3-inch against the drop and the drop shot in a second here.
Jesus Christ! I unhooked him, then rehooked him again.
A few moments later.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Wrong way.
Fish doesn't know which way's home. All right, I'm gearing up for the fish off. This one will probably stretch out to 12 inches. I was just telling him, I think I've weighed him smaller than this in some of the FLW tournaments. But yeah, they're still hitting right off the side of this point. Yeah, splash the camera, fish. Another one that might squeak out to 12 inches. Anyway, it doesn't weigh more than a pound, I'm sure. Same thing flicking. This time I wasn't even, I'd worked it over some rocks and I was just letting it sit. And all of a sudden it took off. If anything, I'm swaying him towards the flicking. I think he's going to start trying this technique. I'm going to try hard. All right, let me let this little guy go. Boom. Probably catch him in 10 minutes. Evidently, it's a flickum day. He's lucky we didn't start our fish off because I've suddenly started getting them and it seemed to, I don't know, shied off the drop shot. But this is actually the only worm I have in this color, so hopefully it stays on there for a while. Whoa, carp jumping. All right, let me let this, I said again, put this thing on a measuring board, it's probably 12 inch. So they probably don't even weigh a pound, but they're still fun. All right, let me let it go. Oh, Jesus. I just got a shower. Missed him? Got mine. Teeny. Yay, I put on the head cam and I get a lunker. It's the smallest one yet. Told you the hat cam jinx. Yeah, well, at least it's a fish. Oh. 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 Oh, I thought we were going to double.
I thought I did too. I'm getting a little nibbled. Nothing big though.
This one's at least bigger than the last one. Oh, he's going crazy down there. He's just like angry. Angry little fish. Still almost a keeper. Before I went to this and caught these fish. Oh, this is a better fish. At least he's fighting better. Man, where are you going? Well, that's a keeper. Don't get caught on the cinder block. Yeah, that one's definitely a keeper.
That's a good fish.
Pound and a half, maybe. Flicking, baby. Flicking the big 3-inch. Watermelon chartreuse. Looks like a dying shad. Whoa! Jesus, this might be a really good fish, or he just took off like one. Man. No, he's not even that big. Jesus. About the same size as the other one, maybe? No, I think he's smaller. Man, he took off like a freaking rocket. Red jaws. He's got red jaws on him.
Yeah, it's a good crawdad lake.
Eating crawdads.
There's lots of crawdads out here.
But they wouldn't touch the jig.
I know, and every time I throw a crawdad imitation out, they don't mess with
Another keeper. This is turning out to be just coyote bass go nuts in late fall. Flick them up. Another one. Oh, this is another keeper, maybe. Who's coming up? They're more off to the left now. Giving up. One more jump. There we go. Another keeper. Pretty thick. It's a flick day. Imitate a dying shad and catch yourself some bass. Good old late fall fishing. Yes, look at that.
Yes.
Yes. He had to throw to my spot. But he got one flicking. Set him up with the flickum jig head and one of my worms, and look at that. He pulls in almost a keeper. That might actually be a keeper.
Better than anything I caught today yet. Nice.
See, now he's getting it going. Once you catch one, you get the idea. You can probably catch more.
Pause.
Yeah, when you come over a rock or something, yeah, pause it.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Is that what you did?
Something like a rock or just some sort of structure in there. And
Yeah, you
just
kind of pull it up.
for a sec, all of a sudden.
Yep,
It's going.
yep. Kind of pull it up onto the rock,
Yeah.
and when maybe you feel it come over the rock, just let it slide down. Just let it sit for a sec, and then if nothing, start working it again. You'll notice. I mean, that's what I do most of the time.
Yeah.
You can see me.
That's what I was watching. I was like,
Yeah,
studying
if
what
you watch me, and all of a sudden you'll see me just like stop for a sec.
Yeah, and you go and you pull it.
And then I pull a little bit, yeah, because I pull it either up to a rock or on top of a rock, and then I just kind of pull it.
Yeah.
And if I feel it come off, I just hold my rod and let it kind of slide down the rock. And that's when you'll get most of the fish. Whoop. There we go. Just had to keep trying. Littler guy. But at least it's a fish. It kind of slowed down for about a half hour since I broke off. They're still here.
Right, casted it?
Yeah, see, like straight across from me on the other side of the shore, that dark spot?
Uh-huh.
When I was on here, it cast it straight towards that. That's where the stickiest rock is.
Oh, nice.
They're back! I was doing educational talking and the fish hit. They're getting smaller again, but at least not teeny. Still liking the flicking, the dropping stick on the flickum jig head. Chow.
Really?
They're back. Took a little of a hiatus, but they're back on the flicking. And that's a fish. Ooh, it's a keeper, I think. Knocked slack in the line. Well, not a keeper. Just acted like it. Oh yeah, that might squeak out. Still liking the flicking. Oh, another one on the same spot. Not a little one. Man. Going nuts on that little drop shot. I mean, a little flickum. That's a keeper. That's definitely a keeper. About 14 inch. Chasing shad out there. Whoa. Got him. Oh, I said a big one. I think I might have got him. At least the biggest one yet. Came on the jig. Right out there off the stickiest part. Yeah, that's the biggest one yet. Not a giant, but definitely the biggest one yet. On the flipping jig, green pumpkin June bug, same one that got the big one. And look at those jaws right there. Red as red can be. Yes. Jig did get one, and the biggest one. Oh, there we go. Jesus. Coming at me. There we go. Back to flicking. These are the little guys that are around here chasing the flies, I think. Woohoo! That might be the ending fish, and wow, it's a whopper. Alright, I guess that's going to do it for this edition of Central Coast Bass Fishing Shows. That was a lot of fun. This is the funnest I've had at this lake. I don't know, I think the last 2 times I caught some fish, but this was great. They went crazy. And it's getting later into the fall, and it seemed like they already had the fall rush, but it seems to be getting even better. And I want to say, I said that biggest fish I caught was on the jig. I think the one I caught first off on the drop shot was actually bigger. But the drop shot and the jig got the biggest, but man, they love that flicking. You got to give it a try, especially in the fall, because I said this water's already cooled off enough that some of these shad are going to start dying. And that our little 3-inch dropping stick on our little 16th ounce flip 'em jig head, when you're working along like that, it looks like a little dying shad down there, or some sort of dying bait fish. And man, they were just loving it. And got that one guy. It's the first time he's ever fished that technique, and he caught one on it. So yeah, go. I mean, if your waters are still in the mid 60s or even the upper 50s, but the fish aren't up top and chasing and on active baits, man, slow down and go to the bottom. Like I'm gonna put up, or actually I probably already put it up by the time this one comes out. The fall drop. Yeah, they're not up chasing, but they're down on this ledge, and evidently they're feeding up pretty good. All right, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you join us for our next Sunday Coast Bass Fishing Show.
Heck yeah.
Here we go.